for ship combat as well. A lot of grind-based stuff, and the Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Today I want to talk about the beast of a patch that is Star Citizen Alpha 4.1.1, but also we've got This Week in Star Citizen, which I'll kind of briefly address as well with what's going on for the rest of this week. I want to talk about this ridiculously meaty patch with 4.1.1 and a load of these hidden features and stuff that sort of keep on turning up. Let's start with This Week in Star Citizen post, though, because it's relevant. Alpha 4.1.1 continues to take shape and is now available to all Wave 2 testers on the PTU. The team remains focused on improving overall performance and the gameplay experience, and we're incredibly grateful to everyone who joined us for this weekend's stress test. We rallied the community and you all showed up. We'll keep you posted on future stress tests, which we plan to run periodically throughout the year. Meanwhile, Invictus launch week is fast approaching. Expect massive ships, memorable moments, and a few surprises along the way. This is the expectation for where this 4.1.1 patch is going and some of its focus, but we also know that there's a big focus on combat missions, the Ghillie Gauntlet missions, ambush and patrol missions for ship combat as well, a lot of grind-based stuff, and the sort of standard mission grind that you have from your day-to-day playing of Star Citizen and doing combat missions there. Also, new locations with asteroid bases and simple locations that don't have interiors but will be the backdrop for a load of these missions. And there's sort of areas to explore, but typically they don't have an interior. I would deem this all core combat mission content. This can fill up a huge amount of the grind, and if done well, with a bit of variety and a bit of engagement, then it's going to be a fun gameplay loop and fantastic for Star Citizen. They look like they're going to be putting in some new Wicklow rewards. There's this script silver bars that you can trade in with Wicklow and potentially has some other uses for some rewards. They look like they're updating the Emporiums at the moment with new items. There's a huge amount of mission localization as well. You're going to get missions from your current sort of nearby area and location, and that's going to be true of combat missions, bounty missions, all that sort of stuff, but also cargo missions. And there's going to be missions that you can do on the ground or within the same settlement or point of interest, like moving cargo around or salvaging in the very nearby area. This is CIG trying to get the grind right for the game and having more things for you to do without traveling so much. But if you want to live effectively on a planet and not leave that planet for a prolonged period of time, these sort of missions are going to allow you to do that. But there's also a ton of cargo and mining changes here as well. The Argo Raft, they doubled its SCU and changed its whittle, grabby nature from the top to a flat bed that you can now sort of stick cargo on. There's a load of mining bug fixes and improvements as well. This basically allows you to do mining ops. You can refine directly from ore bags, from a station, from a cargo ship. It doesn't need to be from the mining ship anymore. So you can detach your ore bags, put new ore bags on while you're mining, and have a cargo ship grab that, take it back to a station, do the refining jobs for you. You can have the refined materials sent straight to the station as well to be put into these cargo storage there. I believe even the snapping of the ore pods to the freight elevators works now. It's just a ton of quality of life updates. Absolutely fantastic. There's probably still a little bit more to do there, but it's likely we're going to see ore bags as loot as well in the future. Also bear in mind that these can be stolen from players as well and freely refined. It also looks like to me that CIG are preparing for FPS soft classes and choices. For example, in 4.1.1, they've gone, you can either have a sidearm or the Paramed gun in your sidearm pistol slot now. You need to make a decision there. Expect more and more slots to have to make decisions, and more armors to have more and more stats focused at different stuff, because we saw recently that there's some of the specialist armor that CIG were talking about at CitizenCon is being worked on. There was the stuff with the Spring Celebration that's just ended, where CIG were selling $10 job roll kits of bundled FPS stuff. This is stuff that is a bit more generalized, but they sold it like a salvage one with some armor that's slightly more salvage orientated and a backpack and the salvage tool, stuff like that. Expect this to be a bit more focused in the future, where they go, well, this is some really focused salvage armor. This is a very focused combat armor and weapon, bam, as a bundle. And we do know that wearing the full set of an armor or whatever, or at least some of the parts of a set of an armor, will give you a bonus bonuses, like some of the combat armor will make it really hard for you to be stunned or knocked over. I suppose some of this is coming in the future, well beyond 4.1.1, so there's that. Various new hairstyles have also been added to the character customizer. You might see some more for 4.1.1 a little bit later in the PTU, but you can expect more standard hairstyles soon and a good variety of them. CIG have also been working on Spectrum integration in and out of game connecting together. You'll be able to communicate with people that are on Spectrum or on their phone or whatever on the forums while in game, and vice versa is the idea. Hopefully that will get released with the live build as well, but it's all sort of them trying to improve orgs and group systems and having more party features. Now there's a load of other bits and bobs going on with this patch and a lot of stuff that hasn't been released yet, so we haven't seen any new ships or vehicles yet. It's possible that this, and in fact it's very likely that this will be the Fleet Week patch. Zin and I have talked about this as well. We don't know if 4.1.1 is going to be live by the end of this month or it's going to be live with Fleet Week. Both are viable. Also, if it goes live at the end of this month, the May patch might be released during Fleet Week rather than the end of May and just be Fleet Week stuff. It's hard to tell. It is likely they're going to be testing the Fleet Week stuff during this patch cycle because it's mentioned in the not ready for testing or feedback in the patch notes. Also, I'm expecting 4.1.1 personally to go to open PTU by the end of this week and then live by the end of next week, but we'll have to wait and see to see if that holds true. At some point, we'll be testing some new ships and vehicles as well, because I'm expecting quite a few for Fleet Week this time around. This is probably worth briefly talking about as well. The Free Fly is currently running on the 4.1 live build. There were some server degradation issues over the weekend, but I think it's working reasonably well, at least most of the time. I'm playing mostly in 4.1.1, to be honest, and I've checked out 4.1. It was fine, but I don't know. I suspect it's a mixed bag, typically is with Free Flies. Will Fleet Week have a Free Fly so close to this one? Well, I expect so, because I think that's a key feature of Fleet Week, and I think that what they were doing with all this going on at the moment is a test run for Fleet Week and that larger free fly. But Zin also talked about the possibility in our podcast that maybe they won't. Maybe this is the free fly and they won't do one for Fleet Week because they want Fleet Week to run well. Also, I'm expecting Fleet Week to be around the 16th of May, most likely to start around then. What else is going on soon? So Wednesday, later today, we should have a roadmap update. I'm not sure if it's going to be much in the way of stuff that we didn't know, though, but well, again, have to wait and see. Later on Thursday, 4 p.m. UTC, there's going to be an episode of Star Citizen Live with Dave Haddock and Will Weisbaum and assumedly Jared Huckabee, Disco Lando. The narrative team are going to be answering questions about this year's ongoing story narratives, the Frontiers fighters' efforts to run everyone out of Pyro and their rumoured attack on Invictus, the ongoing regen crisis and what's being done to address it, as well as Wicklow's arrival in Stanton. They're gathering some questions on Spectrum, so go check that out. Going back to 4.1.1 on the PTU, patch update dropped last night. I believe ship patrol missions were disabled, but they're going to be returning real soon. There were still a focus on ship combat missions, ambush and Giddy's Gauntlet though. It's just patrols that are paused at the moment, and then general stability and bug fixing. There's also a load of stuff that's still listed as not ready for testing or feedback, and this includes Fleet Week, events, missions, and hauls, the mission meshing refactor for Comore's Hacking Repair, animal missions, multi-location courier, and handyman and PvP bounty missions. So this is interesting because I think they're also going to get a bit of a tweak, a little bit of polish as they refactor them, as it were. And I think we're going to have really, really good general mission patch for 4.1.1. There's new collector rewards that are not ready for testing or feedback yet, NPC com calls, dialogue additions and improvements, as well as something that's redacted. So yeah, still a load to come with this patch, which is why some people think it's not actually going to be live until Fleet Week even. They fixed a load of issues in the latest patch as well with ships, trams, locations, missions, getting stuff in order. Still more stuff for them to do though. There are some known issues. They know that there's a load of missing assets around Area 18, which should be fixed soon. There's like a major blocker with some of the search and destroy missions for patrols not progressing, which is one of the reasons they appear to be currently paused. They'll solve that, then get them back, I suspect. But there's a load of other general critical known issues that are almost all to do with mission progression, that sort of stuff. There's some problems with medical imprints and that sort of jazz as well that CIG are keen to fix. But yeah, it looks like 4.1.1, just huge amount of getting missions in order, making them more accessible, making them more interesting, and getting lots of missions that you can do and different locations that you can go to do them. But some of those locations, a lot of those locations, are very proximate to you. Really cool stuff and much more to come. It is one of the best patches, or it is one of the patches I'm most excited about. Partly because there's Fleet Week stuff coming up, but also just because it makes the game more generally playable. It is genuinely a great playability patch because you can just jump into these missions and play them, and there's more stuff for you to do more easily. Boom, that's it for your Alpha 4.1.1 update today and sort of me rambling about it. Really interested to know what your thoughts are. Did you participate in the everyone gets a Polaris stress test over the weekend? What are you thinking of 4.1.1 now since the latest patch? When do you think this patch is actually going to be released? Do you think by the end of the month-ish? Or were you thinking actually maybe Fleet Week? Oh, I've got some ads for you. Tobii eye trackers, they're on sale at the moment. You want some precision head tracking and eye tracking in Star Citizen? Bam, Tobii eye tracker. Use the links down below. Get your discounts. Oh, that's great. Also, NordVPN. Talking about discounts, you can go to nordvpn.com/boardgamer or use links below for that for some VPN-y goodness that gives you better accessibility, security, and webability, or privacy. That's the one. I use NordVPN loads for a variety of different reasons. It makes me feel more secure on the internet, and that's probably because it is. There's other affiliate links down below as well, Thrustmaster and stuff. I just reviewed the Sol R, absolutely loved that set of flight sticks. But if you want to further support the channel, there's the join button, there's Patreon, there's loads of stuff going on. Oh, a good reason to comment. We're giving away 3 Drake Golems, 1 each to 3 different lucky winners. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning one of these Drake Golems with lifetime insurance and a game package, one of them was given to us by CIG, is comment on any of my videos made during this April. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. You take care, and I'll see you in the verse.
retrieval system. Your insurance claim has been sent. Please visit us again. Goodbye. Welcome to the ASOS Vehicle Retrieval System. Vehicle selected. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again. Goodbye. Welcome to the ASOS Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been moving. Visit us again. Goodbye. Welcome to the ASOS Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been delivered. Please visit us. Welcome to the ASOS Vehicle Retrieval System. Please visit us again. Welcome to the ASOS Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.